Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fit Down Podcast. I'm your host, Isaac.
Here goes Gabriel.
And it's one of those podcasts again where it's just me and Gabriel, but it's fine. So be on the lookout for Monday, though, where the whole gang is going to be back. So we just kind of want to demonstrate what's going on in this episode. So pretty much this is more so just talking to you guys, kind of think, well, obviously we're talking with each other, but like just, going off our head with what's been going on. Today's topic is mainly just free agency. We plan on covering that, because that's what's been going on lately. Football season's obviously over. Free agency has started. Beautiful, crazy, unexpected moves happen. So we're just going to cover that. And like I said, Monday, we're going to do a whole show segment. So you'll see the visuals. You'll see freaking Miguel back. You'll see everything. So this is, for fun right now and just having conversation, like I said, technically with you guys. So we hope you enjoy. But with that being said, free agency has already started, bro. Like, freaking not even, like, it started, last week?
Yeah.
But can we really say last week? It really started with Sunday.
Facts.
Freaking trades were made, moves were made. I mean, even if you want to go way back, even before Sunday, like, obviously we already covered it, but Deebo Samuel getting traded, that was before free agency. Yeah. But, I mean, just going into Sunday, 2 weeks ago, there was one move, man, that was really crazy. I mean, it was kind of expected, but not really. Obviously, superstar wide receiver DK Metcalf, wanted to trade. It was funny because there was rumors before he actually said, I want to trade. Like, the Seahawks and, Packers had, conversation of trading him. They denied it. Yeah. But, days later, DK's like, wait, I actually do want to trade.
Fact.
So, obviously, they got rid of freaking Geno Smith. They traded him, to the Raiders. And it seemed like the moves, we'll jump into obviously all the moves they made so far, but they're just seeing what they've been doing, getting rid of him. DK, which, like I said, that Sunday, if no one knows, I'm sure everyone does now, though. He's been traded to where?
Oh, Steelers.
Steelers, man. And like I said, the news broke, I was like, bro, me and Gabriel were driving on the freeway heading down, to the mall, whatever we was doing, and we got the news, called my dad, and yes, we were being safe on the freeway. Thank you for your concerns. But no, man, like it was crazy just seeing that he's going to freaking Pittsburgh, dude. I didn't technically expect that. I thought they would have worked things out in Seattle where he stays. They get a new quarterback, which they did. We'll jump into it, like I said, a little bit. But yeah, I think that just honestly shook the NFL world.
Facts.
Like I said, no one really expected it, but maybe some did. But I mean, what do you got to say about that one?
I'm just saying that any NFL defense is going to be playing them too, especially cornerback. Be afraid, because you got two crash outs on the same team now. Yeah, we've already seen what DK does to cornerbacks.
Hey, at least we know DK's a man of God.
Yeah,
man of God.
Yeah,
maybe Pickens is. I don't know, but man of God.
But I just know they're gonna be a threat. And I thought it was funny because DK, before getting traded, he said he wanted to go someplace warm. Yeah, that's definitely not someplace warm.
So I was like, Miami, let's go. Didn't happen.
Yeah. But, yeah, DK going over there. We're going to see. Well, we don't even know what their quarterback situation is going to look like,
For who?
Well, for the Steelers, at least.
Oh, yeah.
We don't even know what their thing's going to look like.
Well, I know today, like I said, we're just going off the top of our heads with things. So today, there was news that, because there's been a lot of stuff with freaking old head washed Rodgers saying he was, I was telling my dad about this. I'm like, this man, Aaron Rodgers, is acting like he's LeBron.
Facts.
He can just do anything he wants. Like, I might not make my decision, until after draft. And it was funny. I seen a podcast, with Cam Hayward and someone else interviewing him, and he was like, I'm guessing the guy was like, how do you feel about the whole Aaron Rodgers situation? And bro was like, I don't need to go to a darkness retreat to, see what team I'm trying to go to kind of thing, I was like, that's hilarious. He's calling them out. He's like, you're either going to be a Steeler or you're not. But as of today, it's supposedly he went to the facility, and I think they said a deal hasn't been done yet, but I mean, maybe it will. I don't know, but it's not like he's great.
I think he said he wanted a minimum of $36 million at least for a contract, which if any team in the NFL is smart, they're not going to give him because he doesn't deserve that much money. Especially after the season he had last year, he definitely doesn't deserve anywhere near that type of money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like you said, though, in general, they're in search for a quarterback. Obviously, we could, like I said, we're just going on top of our heads and stuff. So Justin Fields went to the Jets. Congratulations to him.
Number 7.
I got to deal with that guy twice a year, but I'm not that fearful of it, But so he went there. Russell Wilson's still unsigned. They were talking about like Cleveland is interested in him. Giants, I think maybe Pittsburgh was thinking of bringing him back. I'm not sure. Yeah, the way it's looking is I don't think he's going back there. But I mean, they're gonna go from him to Aaron Rodgers. Like, I get it though. Like, this draft class isn't the strongest with quarterbacks, so I get why they're like, oh, we just need to bring someone in now, and then we'll look to the future to get someone. Probably, that's how it's gonna work. Obviously, it failed with Kenny Pickett. Now he's on Cleveland.
Yeah, and he got a ring before them.
Yeah, he got traded, to freaking Cleveland from Eagles. They literally swapped quarterbacks, which I thought was interesting. They traded him for Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I was just like, wow, like, all right. And then I remember he was saying, Kenny Pickett was like, I feel like I have a good chance to be a starter here. We'll see about that. But yeah, overall, like I said, DK Metcalf got traded to Pittsburgh. They need a quarterback. Who will it be? We don't know. Definitely is not Mason Rudolph. Definitely isn't freaking Skylar Thompson, because they picked him up from us.
No, he knows personal experience.
Yeah, y'all can have him for sure. I don't care. But one thing, I want to get this out the way real quick before we continue. You'll ask me, and then I'll say my response. How do you feel about the moves you guys made so far?
Oh, I'm happy with all the moves we made.
In case no one knows, new people, appreciate you guys coming in, but he's a Broncos fan, so yeah, what do you think?
Man, I'm happy. Well, let's start off. We got safety help. We lost. Well, PJ Locke, he was our starting safety last year. He didn't do too well at all. He had a very, very, very shaky season. But we ended up getting a big pickup at Tolawa Hufanga. I don't know what to say his first name, but I think that's a great pickup. He's a heavy hitter. He's great at play recognition. And, he's going to be a really good factor to our already good defense. Plus, we got another good linebacker that we also added to the team, Dre Greenlaw. Everybody that said he's going to get injured, shut up. No, he's not. He's going to stay healthy the whole year.
Who would even wish that upon someone?
I know.
Bro.
People be saying it, though. That's something in the comments.
Weird, bro. Find the Lord.
Facts. But Dre Greenlaw, I think he's a great asset. We saw what he did on the 49ers with Fred Warner. Even Fred Warner was giving him high praise to how good of a linebacker he was, so it's a great addition to the team. And we finally got a tight end. Finally.
Hey.
Evan Ingram.
Oh.
I don't even know why the Jags let him go. He was amazing that last year that he played with
Exactly.
So it was like a shocker when they released him. But I'm just happy we finally got a tight end. We haven't been rocking with the tight end probably since Noah Fant. So when we traded him away to the Seahawks, and even then he was mid. But yeah, I'm just happy of the moves we made this year.
Yeah, like I want to touch up on that. Like I think Hufanga, him and Greenlaw could really be good, but the key concern is being healthy.
Yeah.
Because like. Not only did Dre Greenlaw, crazily messed up his ACL just celebrating in the Super Bowl or whatever it was 2 years ago, but like Hufanga gets hurt a lot, and I think his career broke out like 2-3 seasons ago. I didn't know who he was until I heard of him making plays. I'm like, this guy's solid. Kind of looks like a little Palomalu because his hair and everything. But if they both could stay healthy, this is a win for you guys. Evan Ingram's already a win, bro.
Yeah.
He's a huge upgrade from what you guys had. But honestly, I think one of the most underrated signings is Trent Sherfield. Stud receiver.
No, special teams. He's only going to be used for special teams. His boy. He loves that guy.
Nah, I'm just playing with you. I didn't even know that you guys got Matt Hawk. That he used to punt for us. That's interesting that you guys brought him. I just seen that right now. But honestly, this is the best move. Your long snapper. Gotta bring the right long snapper back.
Nah.
But I'm just playing. But I think, honestly, it's a good move to bring back Stidham, too, re-signing him.
Yeah, he's solid. He's a solid backup.
Yeah. But overall, I think you guys had a good offseason for sure. Definitely, like I said, upgrading tight end was a must. I told you, bro, after you guys lost.
We needed it.
After you guys lost the
playoffs.
It wasn't a playoff game. It was the game before the Bengals, that game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I told you, bro, after the game, I called Gabriel and we were talking about it. Bro was really upset. I was like, bro, you guys need a tight end. Like, that's going to help this offense elevate. Like, the receivers is cool. I still would probably add one more, though.
Yeah,
you guys got Trent Sherfield, but still, like, no. I'm joking. No. I was going to say, I'm joking about it. Like, he's not going to do anything. Like, he's like a fourth receiver option. But you guys still, I feel like, need someone. Maybe, like.
That gets open.
Yeah, I mean, hey, like, bro, like, Cooper's still out there.
Stephon Diggs is still out
there. Stephon Diggs. Cooper obviously, or Cooper Kupp is off the board.
Yeah, sadly.
You know, appreciate it. But no, yeah, if you guys got Evan Ingram, beautiful pickup. You got more offensive help. One thing I am concerned about for you guys is I wonder who your starting running back's gonna be.
I think we're gonna draft one. I honestly feel like we were talking
Ashton
about getting
Genty?
No, Marion Hampton. He won't fall that far. He won't fall that far.
Yeah, no, because obviously you guys lost Javonte Williams, but it's not like he's like his rookie year was great,
his best year.
He just got hurt.
He had a Zeke thing.
Yeah,
Zeke thing going for him.
Zeke, freaking who else? I can think of so many running backs like.
And Brees.
What's that guy's name? Robinson from the Jaguars. Remember that rookie running back they had before? Oh, James Robinson.
Yeah, James Robinson.
Before they got Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of running backs that have great rookie years and just fall off. Even Antonio Gibson with Washington.
Yeah, with Commanders. Now he's a
and it's like they replace what I don't get is like, why not let them shine? Like because it's like for example, going back to Jaguars, they had James Robinson, a rookie running back. I think he was undrafted or like a late round pick. Dominated that season. But then he's like, they already knew they wanted Travis Etienne just to pair back up with.
And they had Tank Bigsby.
That's on. Well, no, he came even later.
Yeah.
But like overall, it's like they picked up Travis Etienne because bring him back with his boy Trevor Lawrence from Clemson.
Yeah.
And as soon as that happened, I was gonna say Tank. Freaking James Robinson's role diminished. You know, he was nowhere to be found, and he just maybe his confidence fell because he's like, wow, I'm already getting replaced after a dominant season. The same with Antonio Gibson. They brought him in, did great. Following year, they had Brian Robinson, replaced him. I'm just like, dang, bro, like. I don't know what it is. That's why I hate to say it, but you could find a running back anywhere. It is true. But anyways, like back to what we were saying, I think you guys made good moves. Now Javonte Williams is on the Cowboys. We'll see what he does there. But yeah, I mean, obviously now it's my turn to talk about what we did.
There you go.
Let me just get to it, even though I pretty much know who we got in. Oh, it's at the weight top. I forgot. Right here. So we picked up, I literally was counting off camera. We picked up a total so far, I believe, 18 players. But it's not like game-changing players unless if there's a few. Starting off with Zac Efron.
Yeah, Zach Wilson.
Oh, did I say Zac Efron? I meant Zach Wilson.
He loves that guy.
Oh, why did I think we signed him to a 2-year deal? It's only 1 year. That's fine. I don't know, man. I mean, if I have to be honest, though, the past backups we had, I think, honestly, you know, he's probably maybe our best backup quarterback option. But I still love to bring in Tyler Huntley. I love to bring him in. Like, bro, I'm saying this is the plan. Tua is obviously our starter. Zach Wilson is the backup. Bring back Huntley, but also draft a quarterback. Like I said, Jalen Milroe, bro. I love it, dude. I would love that.
4.37 speed.
Like, I would love to have that going into, you know, the season is like, or training camp, I should say, just battling out, you know, who's going to be the backup, who's going to be the third string, who's going to be the odd man out, you know, like, and then like put pressure on Tua.
Competition's healthy.
Yeah, like put pressure on Tua. Let him feel like his job could be taken, maybe, you know, like, but yeah, I mean, like, long story short with all this, I think the moves we made have been solid. I like some of them, like Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, the receiver out of Tennessee. I like that move. The only thing I fear is like another Cedric Wilson situation where we bring a big receiver in, he just doesn't get used. You know, because he had a great season with Dallas the year before we picked him up. I'm like, man, we got our third guy. I'm like, this is what we need, and then he did not play at all. Thanks. So I'm hoping it's not like that, but I think he brings a lot to this offense, you know, with his, you know, skills at receiver, but also he's a freaking great run blocking receiver, and that's what we need. So we bring him in. We bring in Alexander Madison. I honestly am starting to like it. I mean, I didn't hate it at first. I was like, why? I was the running back from Vegas, if none of you guys know. But I was just like, I was a little bit like, oh, okay, like, why not? You know, I mean, we only have 2 running backs on the roster. My boy Achane and Jay Wright. So now we bring Madison in. And I'm just like, okay, you know, like, let's see what he can do. Because the problem with all this is, like, Achane is a small running back. He could not get a first, like, 3rd and short, 4th and short to save his life to get a first down. So I think bringing Madison in brings in a little bit bulkiness, you know, to the running back room, which we need. So I'm like liking that move. And who else? Pharaoh Brown, I like. Please get Julian Hill off the team. Let him be our backup tight end, please. He's a great run blocking tight end, which we need. And I remember when we played them last season in Seattle. Bro, I was watching the game with my dad. He freaking put JP on his butt. I'm just like, come on, Phillips. You're going to let that tight end do that to you? But now he's with us. I'm like, all right, cool. But I think my favorite move we made so far this offseason was James Daniels.
Yeah.
We needed a lineman badly. Interior lineman badly. Guards specifically. Center is good. Tackles are, good, fine. But we needed guards badly. And it sucks that he's coming off an ACL injury, but he should be back by training camp. So hopefully he doesn't mess him up. But James Daniels from Pittsburgh, beautiful, man. Like, we needed him. 3 years, $24 million a year, pretty much $8 million, a year. I said $24 million a year. $24 million deal, $8 million a year. And we needed an upgrade, and we got him. But we still need somewhere left guard. Like, we need someone to play left guard. Because we filled our right guard spot, but now we need left guard. God, I'm not going in with Eichenberg. Please. I don't know why we re-signed him. Solid def, but not as freaking starter, bro. Another move, like, honestly, I'm going to shock people with this. I'm happy with the punter we picked up.
Oh,
Ryan Stonehouse. Yup. I'm glad we picked him up because the punter we had, Jake Bailey, the past 2 seasons, has been,
shaky.
Hasn't been what we want. Like, he doesn't pump far. Like, bro, like, I don't know why we kept him last season. Like my dad said, it'd be cool if we picked up Matt Ariza
from Chiefs,
because that guy can boom it. He's still young, but I feel like picking up Stonehouse is a really good move. 99 kick powered Madden.
Yep.
Let's go. But anyways, it's gonna put pressure on Bailey because we haven't cut him yet. I don't know what we plan on doing with that guy, but hopefully we cut him and Stonehouse is the guy. But one of the biggest moves before moving forward is, we lost Javon Holland to Zach. What are you smiling over there for, Zach?
Yeah. New York Giants.
Giants fan, cameraman, huh? All right. But anyways, we lost Javon Holland. Best of luck to you, brother. I love you, man. And, you're one of my favorite players to watch. After, his rookie season, he kind of had been having down years rather than up years. Gets injured every now and then. I still love that 106-yard pick six, though, against the Jets. Record. Yeah. That was fire on Black Friday. I remember seeing that. But it sucks he left. Congrats to him, and I'm hoping the best for him. And
you guys picked up a safety as well, though.
Yeah, we picked up 2. We got Ifitu Melifonwu. I feel like, I don't know if he's going to start. It's more of competition battles, I would say. That's a good move. I like him. He's young, it just kind of gets hurt. But, hey, if he can do something. But the one I'm really happy about is Ashton Davis.
Yeah, facts.
I can't tell if he's white or not.
I think he's white.
He looks white.
Mixed.
Yeah,
he's probably mixed. Yeah, he's probably mixed.
Because I'm seeing him. He looks white, but his voice doesn't match.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe he is mixed.
Or he hanged out with a lot of black kids growing up. We don't know.
But anyways, we got Ashton Davis out of, from the Jets, out of California, Cal, what do they call him? Cal State?
Cal, yeah.
Cal, whatever. So we picked him up. I love this move. I think, he can. I don't know if he's going to start, but if he does, by all means, do it, bro.
I know he's fast.
He could hit, too. Yeah. He'll hit. And I was watching some of his highlights at a Dolphins fan page put up. I was like, this guy could play, bro. Like, I love this move, dude. And I'm excited to see what he can do. Is he going to play up to Javon Holland's skill? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe more. Maybe more. I was about to say maybe you can do better. But I'm excited. So, overall, or let's do this, too. What do you grade your guys' offseason?
I would have said like a B+.
B+?
We got solid roles that we needed to fill the gaps.
I think so, too. For me, I'll say B.
Yeah.
Maybe a solid, maybe B-. Because, like I said, we still need left guard. We still need corner. Because we picked up Artie Burns, but he ain't starting, dude. Like, he's just deaf, But we don't have no one outside of Jalen Ramsey. Like I said, we still need a guard. We only have 1 defensive tackle on the team, and that's Zach. No, sorry, we have 3, but Zach is the main guy. Like, we need. Hey, Zach, not you though.
Yeah, not you though.
He smiled. But anyways, no. So we need another DT outside of Zach. Either Calais Campbell would be cool to bring back, but anyone, bro. Like, we need someone. Oh no, I mean, my bad. We did bring back Benito Jones yesterday, but still, it's not like he's a starter. He's like a rotational player, but still, we need someone. So we need that. We need freaking corner. What else would I say? We need maybe another safety. And then we just picked up Willie Gage Jr. for a backup.
That was good.
Yeah, I like that move. Very underrated move. Good role player. So yeah, I would say a B, but we still need work. I'm excited for the draft. Can't wait to see what we do. But anyways, what are your what are your takes out of this whole free agency? Like, what other moves surprise you? What do you like? What do you dislike? You know?
Another one that surprised me is probably D-Hop going to the Ravens. Lamar has been needing receiver. Zay Flowers, he mainly does most of the work. When he got injured, the other receivers
I would say my bad. I was gonna say I would say Bateman kind of stepped up.
Yeah, he stepped up.
He did.
When Zay Flowers got injured, he definitely stepped into the role that he needed.
As a former first round pick, so he definitely stepped up.
But I think putting D-Hop on that offense, it's gonna be very helpful because now you actually have options. You have Likely and you got Mark Andrews back there as at tight end. So
as of now, unless Mark Andrews leaves.
But I think they have a solid team. Yeah, Lamar actually finally will have a whole team to finally throw the ball to.
And it was funny because I remember as soon as he signed with them, they did like a thing like on Bleacher Report, Instagram, like, D-Hop posted this a few years back and now it's coming to life. It was like something he tweeted like, what would this offense put up together? And it was him, Lamar, and Derrick Henry in a photo together. Now it's coming to pass. Wow. Now it's coming to pass. So I'm just like, shoot, like, I like that move. I really do. Yes, D-Hop isn't the same like how he used to be, but he still helps, and I still love D-Hop, bro. Coming from Houston, I was like, bro, this guy's underrated. Like, no one was really seeing him like that. I felt like I was the only one hyping this guy up. I was like, this guy's a freaking beast, dude. He's going to be great, and he was, But, yeah, him going to, Baltimore, good move, man. It helps out that receiver room so much, and I like the move for sure. Any other moves?
I would say Devontae Adams going to the Rams as well.
Yeah.
Filling in for the Cooper Kupp role. Sadly, Isaac will no longer be playing for the Los Angeles Rams anymore. Yeah. But, I think that he also will be taking number 17, Puka giving up his number.
Oh, yeah.
Going back to his old college number, 12. Yep. Going back to his old college number. I don't know how I feel about that one.
I just thought it was interesting because it literally happened the day of DK getting traded too, like earlier in the day. I just thought it was like weird because it's like, why let go of Cooper Kupp just to bring in Devontae? I mean, I'm not hating on Devontae Adams either, but it's like they're roughly about the same age. Exactly. I mean, I think Devontae's a little bit older, but I mean, Cooper Kupp gets hurt more than Devontae, and
But they do essentially the same thing.
So I thought it was a little head scratching move. I mean, I feel like low key, they disrespect him a little bit, even though they're not trying to portray like that, like the Rams, like it's best for business, this and that. Yeah. I feel like they're disrespecting Cooper Kupp. Facts. Me personally, like me and Miguel did that one podcast a few weeks ago. We both said, like, keep Cooper, or no, I said it, pretty much keep Cooper Kupp. Right. He said keep Matthew Stafford. But yeah, like, let him retire a Ram, bro. Like,
exactly.
Why not?
He's been loyal the whole franchise. Facts. He was a Triple Crown leader. He took him to a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl.
And he was the MVP.
Exactly. It's like, how can you trade someone that has done so much for your franchise?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, how, bro? Like, that's disrespectful. That's just me, though, thinking that. But, nah, I get you, though. Like, it is definitely an interesting move. No hate to Devontae Adams. Like I said, he's a good player. I mean, he kind of has evolved into a little crybaby. Yeah, kind of.
Little.
But all respect to him. So, Devontae Adams does his thing, too. But, yeah, I thought that was interesting, too. Any other ones?
Let me think. Oh, well, obviously, since that happened, Seahawks.
Yeah.
not only getting Cooper Kupp, but also getting Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
And, now there's a lot of debate on this. Is it an improvement from Geno Smith, or is it about the same? It'd probably be about the same. Sam Darnold. Yeah. They both, it was a different situation with Sam Darnold on the Vikings because, like I was informed, he had a good O-line on the Vikings. Anybody can look good behind a good O-line. And good
receivers.
Exactly. Just Jay Jettis, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson.
Good running back in Aaron Jones.
Yep. But now
who also re-signed with the Vikings, Aaron Jones.
Oh, that's right. Great move.
2-year deal. Yep. Good move.
Great move. But yeah, he's going to be going to a shaky O-line for the Seahawks. He still has Najigba. Now he has Cooper Kupp. Noah Fant, that's an all right tight end. If Kenneth Walker can stay healthy, he will have a good backfield. So that was another interesting pick that I saw. What do you think about it?
No, Cooper Kupp is a good move. Yeah, I really like that because this is what I wanted to say earlier before obviously we jumped into it. I would say that what it seemed like Seattle was doing was rebuilding. like kind of like, oh, like just throwing everything into the water, losing Geno, losing Tyler Lockett, losing DK. I was like, I guess they're in a rebuild process. But getting Sam Darnold, getting Cooper Kupp, I think they, definitely are like, okay, hey guys, we fooled you guys in the first half, but now second half we showing you what we about to do. They obviously brought in, Cooper Kupp, freaking Sam Darnold.
And Valdez-Scantling. I forgot about that too.
Yeah, but he's
it's
It's Cooper Kupp's and Smith-Njigba's game now.
Yeah.
But no, Sam Darnold, I feel definitely needs a step up. Obviously the last 2 games of the season, counting the last literally regular season game and the playoff game, he sucked. He couldn't do anything. But bringing in a guy like Cooper Kupp, definitely elevates the offense. I would say it helps out Smith-Njigba because I was like, I felt bad for him because I'm just like, DK left, Lockett left. He's just, it's that Will Smith meme, him just standing alone, like in the room. Like, literally, bro. Like, he's just like hands in his pockets, looking around. Like, I'm just like, that's what I felt like was going on with him. But bringing in Cooper Kupp, I think is a really good move. He's coming back home. He's from Washington, so that's fire. And yeah, like I said, I think I like it. I need to see more from Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
I need to see more. Cooper Kupp's already proven. Hopes he's. I just hope he stays healthy. That's his issue, obviously. But I'm excited to see what they can do. And if Miguel was here, we'd love to have his feedback. I mean, all I can say, I'm gonna just give you guys a little teaser. He's excited. Geno Smith has gone to the Raiders. He's excited about bringing in Sam Darnold, Cooper Kupp. He's happy, I guess, that DK left. Not happy, but he's like, oh, okay, you want to leave kind of thing. But we'll have Miguel, jump on that.
Miguel despised Geno.
Yeah.
Just like I despise Russell Wilson.
Yeah, but I would say, Seattle bounced back, making moves, and I feel like they probably made other moves too, real quick. Let me see who else they brought in, because I'm sure they touched.
They re-signed people.
Yeah. Where is this team at? Where is this team? Here we go. So yeah, they brought them in. Oh, not to mention DeMarcus Lawrence.
Oh, DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah, they brought in former Cowboy edge rusher, longtime Cowboy.
Good pickup.
Yeah. If he stays healthy too.
Yeah.
But it was funny because, I like this move, but it was funny because him and freaking Micah Parsons, of course, all people, Micah Parsons beefing on Twitter, bro. Like, Micah Parsons gets annoying, bro. Like, just tweeting and crap. Like, I don't know. He always has something to say.
Right.
But no, they bring him in, and I think it's a good move, Like, I like this move too, He just needs to stay healthy. He hasn't been the greatest in past few seasons. Yeah. But I think it definitely should be an upgrade for what they had, what they had, last season, So I like this move, We'll see if he lives up to his contract, 3 years, $42 million, So I'm just interested to see what DeMarcus Lawrence could do. Can he stay healthy too, like I said? So we'll see what happens. But overall, I think Seattle had a solid, free agency. It seemed like what they did, what we all thought was happening, that didn't happen because they bounced back. But for me, I would say interesting move, honestly, was Laramie Tunsil getting traded to Washington.
Good pick.
I thought that was interesting because, he used to play for us, and then we traded him. It's like, man, I love Tunsil, but I was like, it's for the better, I guess. We got, a whole bunch of draft picks from it. I was like, I guess, But then he obviously went to Houston. He was balling in Houston, doing his thing. And then now he's in Washington. Washington traded for him. And man, Washington's on a roll right now, bro.
Yeah, Debo, him.
Yeah.
Shoot, who else did they get?
Freaking, they signed a lot of players.
They did.
We'll jump into
receiver.
Yeah. We'll jump into that when we make our predictions, or not predictions, of who we think has done the best of free agency and who did the worst. So anyways, they picked up, Laramie Tunsil, left tackle. This is really good for them because obviously they probably needed some O-line help too. And bringing him in, is definitely going to help that O-line, And I think I would just say Jaden Daniels is getting more protection now.
Yeah.
More than what he had last season.
Won't have to scramble as much.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's me personally. I think that's surprised me, but in a good way because it's like, hey, I just feel bad for C.J. Stroud now. I feel like he's losing O-line.
Yep.
And, you know, I mean, they did pick up Trent Brown today, you know, 1 year deal. That's going to help, but still. But getting Laramie Tunsil is going to definitely boost that O-line already as it is. So, good move for them. But what other moves did they make? Because I know, let's see. Because like I said, they've been on a roll. They got him. They picked up Javon Kinlaw, but I mean, that guy hasn't lived up.
He's like mid, yeah.
He hasn't lived up to his first round pick, but they picked up a lot of receivers. Michael Gallup is back with them. You know, he's leaving. He came out of retirement, leaving his or staying in the same division, leaving Cowboys to go there. And obviously, like you said, we already mentioned getting Debo. But nah, you know, I think that's like one of the interesting moves, you know, that surprised me. I would say him. I mean, obviously DK Metcalf, but I would say other moves that were made that surprised me. Who else can I think of? Like
another thing in your division.
Freaking with who?
With the Bills.
Bills? What?
Joey Bosa.
It didn't surprise me. I thought we had a chance of getting him, but they can keep him. I mean, he's not how he used to be anyways. He's out of I feel like he's out of his prime. No, I would say this one too right here, Joe Tooney getting traded to Chicago. The O-lineman.
Much needed.
Yeah, bro. No, what's just surprised me about the Bears in general is they're finally upgrading their O-line.
Yep.
They picked up Drew Dahlman, Joe Tooney, and I know they picked up Jonah Jackson.
Fields. They
yeah.
do this with Fields.
And like I'm happy that Chicago's finally investing in an O-line. You know, they've been needing this, years, decades.
Yeah.
And they finally bring in, you know, a new head coach in what's his name? I'm on my drive like his name again. Ben Johnson. There you go. Like, sorry. Ben Johnson, you know, the Lions OC, and you know, he's like, hey, we need O-line. So finally they bring O-line, and that's on. I'm not gonna even say Joe Tooney. I'm gonna say in general the O-line as a whole. Like the moves getting O-line surprised me because it's like finally, you know, like they're finally getting O-line. So that's good for them. And that's something they've been needing. Like I said, like I think Caleb Williams was sacked like still a lot of times. Yeah. So bringing in O-line definitely surprised me, but in a good way, definitely again as well. But in closing, you know, due to the time constraints, you know, I do want to ask real quick, Gabriel, who would you say is who won free agency? Let me ask that one first.
I want to say my Broncos.
You say where? I don't care who you say, bro. I'm not gonna say my Dolphins. I gotta keep it a
stack. You know, the now I actually do have to say the Commanders, because the Commanders, you know, last year we saw how far they made it last year with what they had, and dude, they finally have another receiver that they could rely on besides just giving it all to Terry and hoping he can carry the whole team. Yeah. They have Debo now, who's gonna pick up a lot of the slack.
Not to mention underrated Noah Brown.
They got Noah Brown.
The Hail Mary hero.
Yep, literally made the freaking Bears lose for the rest of the year just because of that. But yeah, they got a second weapon. They got O-line to help them. They try to work on the defense, but yeah. I would say it's either them or my Broncos because we picked up a lot of utility that we needed.
Yeah. So we gotta choose one though.
I'll choose the Broncos.
Well, let me take your team from you then. You know, not your Broncos, but the Commanders, because obviously I was gonna say that. I think they won free agency because, man, I just feel like, man, they're like the new Miami right now. Meaning like everyone was excited to come to Miami 2-3 years ago. Not even 3 years ago, probably like 2 years last year. Everyone wanted to come to us. They saw what we were doing, and then we sucked this past season. And yeah, but hey, we still got 18 players. Let's go. Well, I mean, some I think count as re-signs. Some of them are re-signs. But no, you know, we got, you know, I would say Commanders definitely won it. You know, they made moves. They got receiver help, O-line help. Running backs are okay. Tight end bringing back Zach Ertz is good. Zach Ertz is still good, man.
Exactly.
You know, Zach, not you again. Stop looking.
Yeah.
Well, no, I would definitely say Commanders won. You know, what did they do on defense again, real quick? Let me see. I mean, they brought B-Wags back. You know,
Jonathan Allen's gone, isn't he?
Yeah, he went to Minnesota.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're doing everything off the top of our heads. So, yeah, he's gone. Minnesota, low-key, has been having a nice little free agency, too. But they didn't win it. They brought in Jonathan Jones from former New England. Patriot. Who else did they bring in? Eddie Goldman, I believe, is new to the team. Defense, Iguanagani, they could keep him.
That's their star right there.
Oh, they brought back Zane Gonzalez.
Yeah, the GOAT. Yeah.
Nope, not yet.
If y'all know where that's from, it's because of all the freaking head scratching you did before you kicked
Oh
that
my
game-winning
goodness,
field
that
goal.
was hilarious,
Dude,
bro.
15 times.
Oh, well, no, I think they won easily. You know, they've, like I said, I feel like they're the new Miami Dolphins. Like, everyone wanted to go to them. Everyone, you know, loves the coach. Like, everyone loves Mike McDaniel. Everyone wanted to come to my team. So I feel like they're the new Dolphins right now in free agency. Not skill-wise. No one get it twisted. You know, I'm just saying free agency. Because they definitely already made it farther than us in the playoffs. We haven't even won a playoff game in how long? I don't even know. But anyways, okay. So they won. Who lost? Who lost free agency?
Cowboys.
Cowboys?
They didn't re-sign. I mean, well, they re-signed people, but they didn't really pick up anything besides Javonte, and they got Miles Sanders.
I didn't even know that they picked up Kenneth Murray. It says right here. They got him, Kyer, Elam, but still.
But they didn't really make any moves. Like, they needed another receiver.
Yeah.
They need to help out the defense because a lot of people left. Their O-line, they need O-line too. Like, geez, they don't have any O-line. And we already know Dak isn't the guy. But they're not going to get rid of him. But, the Cowboys really didn't make any moves. And I feel like they're really going to suffer next year, especially CD. Sorry, CD. Well, who do you think failed?
I might have to agree with you. Sorry, I'm just going over the teams again who picked up players. Yeah, honestly, I'm going to say Dallas because Jerry Jones is dumb.
Yeah.
Because it's like, bro, never wants to spend money lately.
Exactly.
They had a post on Instagram saying the last time they actually paid a player over a certain amount of money was freaking Greg Hardy, bro. That edge rusher that wasn't even good. That was years ago, though, bro. Last time they actually, spent, I think they said a certain amount of money on a player. So I would say Dallas, bro, because it's like, what are you guys doing? You know, you think you guys, bro, they just lost Brandon Cooks today to the Saints. I mean, not like Cooks anything crazy, but still, he's reliable.
Exactly.
So it's like, who's their receiver outside of CD? Like, who is it actually right now?
I guess they got Turpin and Tolbert.
Freaking Mingo.
Jonathan Mingo. Yeah, that's not... There's no help. It doesn't even sound like they have help. CD's going to have to, go another year carrying.
I think they were talking about drafting a receiver in the draft, which that'd be good. It's a huge receiver class, but I would have to say Dallas, too. I think they lost as well. And, yeah, I mean, that's Dallas for you.
America's team.
But, yeah, I mean, with that being said, that's why I think who lost and who you said one lost. So there's so much more news, but we'll get into more of that Monday. Like I said, time constraints, we got to end it here. But we appreciate you guys for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for Monday. We're going to do the video Monday. It's going to come out sometime next week. So stay tuned next week.
God bless.
God bless as well. This one's going to come out very soon. So be on the lookout for that as the video will post when it does. But we appreciate you guys. Love you guys. God bless. And have a good day.